For 6 years, from the time I was 10 years old until I was 16, I went to almost 23 schools and moved almost 40 times. I was a foster kid, and I got to a point where every single foster family in Oregon refused to take me. And my biggest concern about all of it was whether or not I would be able to graduate high school, whether or not I would be able to find a home and a place where I would belong and where people would actually care about me. And I got used to hearing people say that they didn't want me anymore and that I needed to pack all of my things, and I was moving. And I got used to leaving. I got so used to it, I stopped making friends. I stopped having family around. I stopped doing everything except for going to school because I thought that if I could get through high school, then everything would change. If I could become independent, I wouldn't feel so lonely. I felt forgotten, and a lot of the time I was. I didn't have anybody checking on me or anybody calling me. I spent the holidays alone. I spent one holiday cleaning out the stables at a ranch because I didn't want to be alone, and the horses were the only people there. When I was 16 years old, I went home to my mother, and I still felt lonely because I didn't believe that anybody could love me at that point, or that anybody cared, or that anybody could see who I was. And if somebody could see me, I didn't see anybody caring about me because I didn't care about me anymore at that point. When I was 18, I was able to move out of my mother's house and become independent, and I graduated high school. And when I graduated high school, I realized that my only focus of graduating high school had caused me to have no plans for the future. And I didn't have any friends because I stopped making them long before then. So I moved around a lot, and I was lonely a lot. And it wasn't until I was about 21, I was engaged, and I called off my wedding, and I called my mother. And my mother drove all the way across the state, and in one day moved me home, found me a job, and I started going back to college, and I felt like everything was clicking back into place, and that I felt alive again, and that I felt seen again, because for once somebody was willing to sacrifice something to come and help me. And that's something that I'd never experienced before, because sacrifice from anyone to help anyone else was not something that you see very often in foster care. It's a lot of just fend for yourself and make it till tomorrow. And I did a lot of that. And when I was 23, or 22, I guess, I'm in college, I have a job, I love sports, and I have tons of friends because I got the confidence back from my mother and the experiences that I had to make them again. And I no longer feel lonely because there's lots of people who are around and lots of people who care now. And it's not something that I'm used to, and I still sometimes expect everybody to leave. And when they don't leave, I sometimes get scared and leave myself. And it's something I'm working on. And it's something that I'll probably continue working on for a long time. And I'm happy to.